Everyone, my name is Karen Ibero, and for today, I am going to discuss about launching an initial search in PubMed and inclusion and exclusion criteria. Before we proceed, with the discussion proper, let me introduce to you the topic outline. So number one, overview of PubMed. So before we proceed with PubMed, I am going to discuss to you a very short overview about PubMed so that we'll be able to know a little bit about PubMed. And for those of you who are not familiar with PubMed, okay, second one is how to launch an initial search in PubMed. Okay, and then how to navigate PubMed. Interesting part for me since I am going to involve all of you with this discussion. And what are inclusion and exclusion criteria? Okay, let us start with what is PubMed. PubMed is a free resource. So from the word itself, free, meaning you don't pay anything. Everything that you can see or every literature that you can search in PubMed is free, okay? Free of charge. It also supports search and retrieval of literature. So in case that you want to search on something or you want to read on something, then you can go to PubMed and just do the searching. Or if you want to retrieve old or already published literature, then you can also do that in PubMed. This is a database that has more than 37 million citations. Imagine that's how wide the scope or the number of literature being published in PubMed. Okay? It does not include full text journals, so it's the downside or the negative part of PubMed, but in PubMed, it presents links to full text. So meaning, if you are going to search on specific topic, the links will be presented to you. So you just have to click on the links and then that will lead you to the full text of the journal. Or you are going to copy the DOI or you are going to click on the DOI for you to be redirected to the full text journal. Okay? PubMed is maintained by NCBI or National Center for Biotechnology Information. Next is how to launch an initial search in PubMed. So this is very simple. It is just the same with other databases. So you have to identify the key concepts for your search or for your research. And then if you have those concepts in mind, you just have to enter those terms or concepts in the search box, which I will be showing you later on. And then you just have to press enter key or click the search button. So please open the link that I have sent in the chat box for you or for all of us to navigate PubMed. So in here, we are already in the home page of PubMed. So you just have to search the terms or the concepts that you have in mind. So for me, I am more interested to know about the coping strategies of parents with children with autism. So I just have to type those important terms. So we have coping strategies, and then just have to put space, and then next to that, parents. What else? Parents, and then autism children. Before we are going to apply the Boolean operators. Okay, so let's try. So the first step is to have those terms in mind and then input those terms and then click search, or you just have to press the enter key. Okay, so I have here 18 articles related to the topics or the concepts that I have in mind that will fit to your research question. PubMed has these different features. It is the same as Cochrane. It has also its own features. So you can filter the dates that you want to include or that is included in your inclusion criteria, that will be discussed later. So for example, you are going to focus on literatures no published on 2018 or 2019, let's say, or 2018 na lang, to 2024. And that PubMed will trim down, no, or narrow down the literature for you. Okay? Or else, you will focus or filter it on based on its publication date. Okay, so it's up to you on how are you going or what are those things that you need for your inclusion criteria. Okay, we have also here, according to the abstract, you just want to show the abstract or the free full text mismo. Okay, you want to include books and documents, systematic review, and all. So you just have to tick whichever filter you like to be included or whichever feature you like to be used or to use. Okay, so now I'll give you a minute or maybe 30 seconds to navigate on or to navigate PubMed. And you can also view this link here that I will be sending in the chat box for you to be given more tips and more techniques on how to navigate PubMed easier and to discover some of its features that will be useful in your future searches. Okay, so let us continue. Let us go to the last topic, which is the inclusion and exclusion criteria. So when we talk about inclusion criteria and exclusion criteria, these two should follow from the review question and should be straightforward. So you need to develop first a research question, or research question should be finalized first before you can have this inclusion and exclusion criteria. And the PICO that was reported yesterday, important in your inclusion and exclusion criteria, because that will, or those PICO will serve as identifiers for the terms that you are going to use in the in the search button. Okay. And then inclusion criteria, these are the elements of an article that must be present in order for it to be eligible for inclusion in a literature review. So whatever you like to be included, no, because you are the main researcher. So whatever concepts that you like to include, it can be only those literature that are published on 2018 to 2024. So yun lang ang basis mo. It can be the population, okay, or your subjects or the participants. What else? The interventions should be based on like this and like that. So it's really up to you. It is based on the research question that you have. While your exclusion criteria, these are the elements of an article that disqualify the study from inclusion in a literature reviews. Whatever you like to include in your inclusion criteria uh should be included in your search button. Okay? With your exclusion criteria, that will be your basis to reject that specific literature because it is not included in your inclusion criteria. So I think it's self-explanatory. Inclusion meaning included in your included in your criteria, and exclusion excluded from your criteria or from the criteria that you set for your review search. So I guess that's it. These are my references. Thank you.